Broadway, listen to the Broadway Beat. Broadway makes you wanna move your feet. Everybody's tapping into everything that's happening on Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat. Broadway Beat.
Hello, I'm Richard Ridge for Broadway Beat. One of the most successful and popular musicals of all time, Godspell, which features a score by Stephen Schwartz, is back on Broadway at Circle in the Square, and we're here to celebrate with a company led by Hunter Parrish on opening night.
Prepare ye the way of the Lord. Prepare ye the way of the Lord.
How was it tonight?
Fantastic. I mean, you know, this is a show that just infects an audience with joy, and to be surrounded by an audience of your friends in the industry and everyone just rooting for that show has just been wonderful.
And you had part of the original Canadian cast there tonight.
Yeah, that was a thrill. Actually, the fun part about seating the opening night party, which is actually, or the opening night show, which is not my favorite thing to do as a producer, who can sit next to whom. One of the first things I did was like, where are the Canadians? Put them all in a row together. And it was great. It was just a thrill to have them here.
So just tell me what you love about this musical and why you wanted to produce it.
You know, I think the show is about joy and love and about being kind to your neighbor and all these things that in today's world we just forget about. You know, a lot of people, because of the title and the source material, think that Godspell is a religious show. And frankly, I just think it's a great way to be. Period. No matter what religion you are, and it infects audiences with such joy. People walk out of that theater with smiles on their faces, and we forget sometimes that's why theater, and especially musical theater, was created, to let people forget all the troubles on their way into the theater, have a great time, and go out feeling different and happier about where they are.
6 years ago when we started at Paper Mill, we sort of tried to figure out something that would work actually in that space that was so cavernous and so enormous. And what we thought of was this theater that's under repair, so that we could, because I think if Godspell is anything, it is a love letter to the theater in so many ways. And what it celebrates is the amount of invention that you can only do on stage, that you can't do on film, that you can't do on television, that is really happens as a ceremony between audience and actor. And so that's where it came to that. So when we got to Circle in the Square, we had to sort of figure out a way to bring in all of these various bits of theatrical detritus, for lack of a better word, and figure out a way to make it really inviting to an audience. So we have the round and we have all that stuff, and that's how we came up with it.
Opening night, how do you feel?
I mean, we're so blessed. I couldn't ask for a better group of people to be going through this with. And I think, you know, one of the things that none of us really knew getting into this whole thing was how important these 10 people were going to be in order to creating a successful piece of theater. And in a lot of these situations, you know, they're the Broadway machines, and they're about the numbers and making sure that everyone kind of knows their place. And here, everyone is collaborating and throwing their voice into the center of the room, and it's been a really, really cool blessing to be a part of that.
What's your favorite part of the show?
I mean, I have to say, at the end of Beautiful City, when we're sitting down and we get to look down at that kind of makeshift table that comes out of the water, there's a lot of magic in this show that I didn't expect when I first became a part of it, and it's a moment that I constantly pinch myself, and I think, wow, I'm really part of something special right now, that even if I was sitting in the audience, that I would think, wow, that is cool theater.
This is kind of crazy, absolutely crazy. I just met Victor Garber and Martin Short and Eugene Levy. It's just unreal. Craziness, absolute craziness. And the night has just begun.
With the original Canadian cast of Godspell there tonight.
It was unreal. And they were so sweet, and they loved the show, and they had such a great time. And I was totally starstruck. Totally starstruck.
What this experience has been like for you?
A dream come true. You know, 3-4 months ago, I was waiting tables in Times Square, and now I'm doing this amazing show with such an amazing cast and such an amazing director and choreographer. I mean, the whole team is incredible. I just feel so grateful to be here.
I'm loving every second from the first rehearsal till now, and it's been such a whirlwind. I was loving every second being a swing and watching this group every single day, and then, you know, I wish it was under any other circumstances with no injuries involved, but to be able to have grown with this cast in the last month and be part of opening, it's completely a dream come true. So it's hard to pick one moment right now because I'm living on a cloud and just having the time of my life. So it's, you know, it's been such a dream, and this whole cast is nonstop hilarious, always so much fun, and I think that's probably my favorite, is on stage and off I'm having just fun and laughing all the time, which is
Hysterical to watch, all the bits you have. And talk about the great number you get to do.
Yes, I absolutely love the number, and I kind of, in first hearing it, it's kind of a
Turn Back, Oh Man, right?
Yes, Turn Back, Oh Man, and the new kind of, the musical orchestration of it now is kind of 007, sexy, kind of updated, but to get to do it and realize that I was allowed to throw in any ad-libs every show and just be ridiculous was kind of fun, because the girl I'm covering, it was kind of I knew I couldn't do it exactly the same, so I might as well just do my own version and see what happens, and I threw in some weird things, and you know, any audience members, they gotta watch out, because who knows what I could throw in there. But no, it's been such a treat, so it's just a fun number, and a rare chance to get to just make things up and go crazy and, you know, mess with people.
I hurt my ankle about 2 days before the first preview. I sprained it in 3 places, so this is the first day I'm wearing heels. I put on a stiletto for opening, and so I've been out.
I know you're going back in again. Tell me what your Godspell experience has been like so far.
Well, Godspell is incredibly bonding because it's so intimate and so small, and we're all creating it together, you know, and Stephen included, you know, and he's been so generous with creating, adding new things to the show and being so generous with our creativity. And so I've gotten this amazing opportunity to watch the show every night, which I never would have gotten. And so I feel even more grateful and so proud of my cast, because I never would have gotten to see their amazing work.
This has been a very long journey for me. I was actually part of the Paper Mill production that Daniel Goldstein did back in 2006. When we did the production of Paper Mill, we had no idea it was going to move to Broadway. And then it was supposed to move to Broadway in 2008. And then that production fell apart very last minute. It was very heartbreaking. So we went from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. And now to come to this evening, where it's one of the most triumphant evenings, because we are exactly where we should be. And if anything, I feel like this evening has taught me that everything happens for a reason, that this show is supposed to happen with this group of people in this amazing space at the Circle and Square Theater. It's been a wild ride, full of ups and downs, but definitely ending on an up. So I'm thrilled.
I'm so overwhelmed. This has been the most incredible process, and this group is so wonderful and amazing, and I'm over the moon, really.
You know, you all created this together. You work as this really beautifully tight company.
Yeah, it's so, I've never, it's such a weird kind of show in that you get to really create it as a unit, and our director Danny just really kind of let us all bring our best to the show and lets everybody shine, and I think one of the best things about it is everyone gets their moment, and everyone else, no one else wants anybody else's moment. So it's a great, we all just are so proud of each other and proud to be on stage together, and it's just, it's insane. It's incredible.
You sing some of the most beautiful songs, and you blow it out of the park.
It's a big song, and it felt like a tall order. I had heard Shoshana Bean do it on that album.
Talk about the song. Which song is it?
It's "Bless the Lord," and I've always loved that song since I was a little girl, and getting to sing it for Stephen Schwartz. Initially, I was like, what am I going to do with this to make it my own? And I just really was like, let me forget everything else I've ever heard and just really approach it. And they've kind of arranged it the way that I would do it, and it's so amazing. It's so fun, and the cast sings beautifully and supports it, and I'm so lucky.
Favorite moment. I love Save the People so much. It's one of my favorite moments because it's the first time. When we sort of come after being baptized, we are allowed to be free and to be joyous, and it's such a great feeling to be on stage and to not have to think about anything other than just being joyful. Yeah.
What do you love about the show and why you think it resonates 40 years later?
I think it resonates for exactly sort of the reason I'm talking about. I think there is this common thread of just enjoying life, just enjoying these moments. And I think as grown people, we so easily forget that there are things fun to be enjoyed every single day. And this show absolutely requires its sort of patrons and participants to just be joyful. So I do think that is why it survives beyond amazing music and a great way of telling a story. I think it's the joy.
I'm so happy to call Godspell my Broadway debut because the people that I've been a part of, the whole production is amazing, and so I'm very happy, very excited, and excited for this musical journey for sure. Yeah.
You're also wonderful to watch because you've created this whole show together.
Yes, initially we play ourselves, so we kind of create as we go, and that's what we've been doing for the past 2-3 weeks, even during the preview shows. So yeah, it's a great thing to be able to play ourselves and be creative.
Opening night, how does it feel?
Oh my gosh, it's pretty surreal. And I think that I thought I knew what it was going to feel like, and I'm totally wrong. It feels so much better. It's just great to be here with all my friends and all the people that have worked so hard to put this show together, and I'm excited. Now we're in, so here we go.
You had a great audience night. You had all the Canadians from the original production there tonight.
We did, and even Martin Short, who just did actually the last season of Weeds. He was on our last season of Weeds, which was really exciting. So we knew each other from that. He came and did my show, and now I'm doing his show. So we had a good trade-off.
Tell me what this whole experience has been like for you, Hunter, with working on the show.
Oh my gosh, I really had zero expectations going in. And maybe even negative expectations because I just didn't really know what I was doing. And then suddenly I meet all of these amazing people, and I meet Danny Goldstein, our incredible director, and Ken Davenport, our producer, and I realized this is more than just a job for me. This is a experience. This is an experience, and it's a journey that we are all on together, and we're just starting it, actually. It's opening night, and we've figured everything out blocking-wise and song-wise, and we know where to go and how to hit our light, but we are just beginning the journey of this Godspell thing, and we're all super excited and humbled to be here.